I wanted to say hello to everyone. My name is Lisa Poff. I am the project director of the Indiana Deafblind Services Project, and I was unfortunately unable to make it to the last session to welcome you all. So I wanted to take a minute to thank you for signing up and welcome you to our second session of actually our second Introductory ASL course with Virginia Mays. And I hope you guys are having a good time with it and get a lot out of it. Virginia, I am going to turn it over to you to start when you see fit. I think we're kind of slowed down and have most everybody in here now, but.
Okay, so if you're not looking at the screen, I was asking a question, and I would like to see if you remember how to answer. Okay, I see. Good. So for those of you that not sure what that was how are you or how are y'all? How is everyone? I hope you had a good Halloween. So before we start, I wanted to just say that I do offer private tutoring sessions through a platform called Wisant. I typically charge $45 an hour, but for you guys, I'm willing to knock off $10. If you are interested in having some individualized attention, if you want to practice what we went over, if you have specific questions, that even if they're not totally related to what we've learned, that's fine. If you find someone else that's in the class that would like to also have some tutoring session and you are able to do it together, what I would do is just split the cost, charge you for half, charge the other person for half. If you find two other people that want to do it, I'll just divide by 3. If you have 4 people, altogether have 4 people, I'll just divide it by 4. You probably don't want to do more than 4 because then it won't be quite as individualized, but I do want to offer that to you if you feel like you need it. I can put my email, again, if you don't have it, in the chat, and you can email me about it, and I'll send you the link to find me on Wisant, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start with our homework. How many of y'all had a chance to watch that? Anyone? Okay, a few people. Okay, I want to see if I can pull it up on here and we'll watch it together. All right. Okay, hold on. No, not right. Okay, so somehow the video disappeared on me. Okay. Okay. Nope, that is not the right. Okay, so can you see the screen? Can you see the video? Yes, okay. So what we'll do is we'll watch it through. It's not very long. And then I will see if anyone can help translate it. And then we'll go from there. Okay, all right, are we ready? All right. Do I have any volunteers to translate that? You can just unmute yourself. Oh, another video is trying to start. Okay. Anybody?
I can
I
go.
can.
Okay, how about here, let me unshare because I can't see the screen. Right, I'm having some. Okay, so who can you just say your name? Who is it that wanted to translate it? I know I heard two people.
Kathy,
Okay.
I said I would
Heather?
translate it too. This is Kate, but I don't care either way.
Okay. With the first one, Angie, I couldn't hear.
Kathy,
Oh, okay, Kathy, do you want to
sure.
translate?
It was a conversation between two men, and they were saying hi and
Mhm.
asked, "How are you?" And the second gentleman said fine, and the other gentleman said asked, "How are you?" And he said, "I'm fine." Fine, also same. And then
Mhm.
asked, "Are you deaf or hearing?"
Mhm.
And the first gentleman said that he was hearing, and the second gentleman said that he was deaf.
Very good. And then they, said bye, like see you later. Very
Yeah,
good.
see you
Very
later.
good. That was all of it. Okay. Are there any questions about does anyone have questions about that?
I had a question on how I currently don't have a video, so I'm gonna just have to describe the sign. How the second man described how he was feeling. Instead of signing just fine in the middle of his chest, it almost looked like he did fine from his shoulders out. Does that also mean fine, or is that just like an alternative way of signing like I'm great, I'm good?
So it does mean fine, but it's almost kind of like a little better than just, oh, I'm fine. It's like, I'm doing all right,
Yeah.
kind of like that. You saw that attitude. So yeah, very good question. Any other questions? Okay, let me just see if, oh, okay, I'm trying to stop sharing, but it's only pausing. Stop sharing.
There we
Okay,
go.
I got it. Okay. All right, so if there are no other questions about the homework, very good job, Kathy. And I hope that anyone else who was able to watch it got it. Or if you didn't, I hope you got your answers, or your questions answered. And yeah, so for your homework this next coming week, it will be another little video. It's only like 38 seconds, so it's gonna be short too. But I think that that's a good way for you to improve your receptive by watching other people sign, not just me and not just the people that you're used to signing with, because not everyone sounds the same, so not everyone signs exactly the same. They all have accents. So, okay, let's go ahead and start our lesson. Before we start our vocabulary, I would like to just briefly talk about the difference between American Sign Language and some other sign systems that you might see here in the US. So as you know, American Sign Language is a true language. It has grammar, rules, syntax, everything that a spoken language has, except it just doesn't have like a written form. But that is not required for a language. So it is a true natural language. It evolves over time. But you will notice that there's also PSE or PSL, which is Pidgin Sign Language or Pidgin Signed English. That is due to language contact. So the dominant language here is English. And so a lot of times when there's languages that are closely together, one can kind of dominate and infiltrate another language. So that's where PSE comes from. I mean, it's just like Pidgin, any other Pidgin language that you hear about. So basically, Pidgin sign language would be using ASL signs, but in English word order. So instead of signing your name, what, they would just sign what your name. Okay. And then there's also SE, which is signed exact English. That is when you sign every single word that comes out of your mouth. Okay, every ending, everything. So it would be, and also in addition to that, a lot of their signs are different. They do a lot of initializing. So they would sign what instead of what. So what is your name? Okay. If you have an ing, like I'm going to the store, in ASL we would sign store, me go. In Pidgin, sign English or sign language, you would sign I'm going store or I go store. In SEE, you would sign I am going to the store. So you're signing every single thing that's coming out of your mouth. PSE and SEE are not true languages because Pidgin Sign Language does not follow any grammar rules. It's just whatever. SEE, it follows English. So it's basically English on the hand. So it's not an actual language. It's just a sign English. Okay. So in this class, we're learning ASL. So I'm going to be teaching you the grammar, the syntax, and all of that. But just be aware if you are working with deaf children, like in a school setting, you might come across some that are doing SEE. You might have some that are doing ASL. So, SE is quite a bit different from ASL. So just be aware of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our lesson. We're going to do family and friends. Okay, so this is a sign for family. F hand shape, family. And let's talk about gender. So we have man and woman, boy and girl. Okay, so you may notice that all the female signs are kind of down here, all the male signs are up here. So man, woman, boy, girl. All right. Mom, so 5 hand shape on your chin, dad. Okay, so female mom, dad up in the male region. If you want to sign parent, this is going to be a compound sign. So you're going to just sign mom, parent. You're going to sign mom, dad. That means parents. You can sign dad, mom, either one, but most of the time I see mom, dad. All right, so mom, dad, parents, children, child, just one child, children. You can do children with one hand. Children. Okay. So children, daughter, son. So it used to be girl baby and boy baby, but it's kind of evolved to this. You will still see people sign girl baby, boy baby, but you can just tap. All right. So son and daughter to each other, they are brother and sister. You can do either a 1 hand shape or an L hand shape with your dominant hand. So you can touch your thumb to your forehead for brother and your chin for sister, or you can do 1 hand shape and just do this. They are both, I see both of them equally. I just tend to sign with a 1 hand shape, brother and sister. Okay. Sibling, you're going to sign brother, sister, but you're going to sign the first sign quickly So it might not even be a complete, you're not going to do brother, sister. You're just going to do brother and come right over to sister. So come halfway down, sister. Or if you're doing sister, brother, sister, don't go all the way down and go right up to brother. Sibling. Okay? All right. So that's well, no. Okay, and then for the mom and dad to each other, they are husband and wife. Husband, wife. If you just do this, it means married. Married or marriage. And then just a generic, baby. You just baby. Okay, or baby. So that is like the nuclear family. Are there any questions? Do I need to clarify anything?
For the siblings, like let's say that it's like two girls that are siblings. Do you still sign like the brother sister signing for it is just like that's just hand placement. That doesn't literally mean brother sister.
Right.
Or-
So this would just
Okay.
be sibling. Now, if you only have sisters, you're just going to say my sisters, my 3 sisters, my 2 sisters. But if you have all of them, brothers and sisters, then you could say my siblings. So yeah, that's a good question though. But yeah, this is just generic sibling. Like if I were to say, do you have siblings? So you siblings have? Then you could answer, oh yes, I have 2 sisters or 2 brothers or, 1 sister, 1 brother, whatever it is. Very good question. Any other questions before we move on? Okay. All right, so let's do some extended family members. So grandma and grandpa are going to be similar to mom and dad, but you're going to bring it out. So you do kind of 2 bounces. You don't even really have to do a bounce. You can just go grandma, grandpa. Okay. So there's several ways that you can do grandparent. You can either do grandma, grandpa. So you're going to go out just a little bit for grandma and go right up to grandpa. Or you can sign both of them at the same time. Grandparents. Grandparent or grandparents. Grandchildren, you're going to have to finger spell grand. So grandchildren or grandchildren. Aunt with an A, aunt, uncle. Some people do a twist. Some people do a little circular movement. So it could be aunt or uncle. All right. Niece and nephew are going to be with an N, kind of a modified N. You don't have to, I mean, you can curl it around. You can just do a modified N where it's straight out. Niece, nephew. Cousin, for just in general cousin, you can kind of do it in like a gender neutral area. If you want to be specific about, male, female, you're going to do female cousin, male cousin. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. So that's extended family. I'm going to go into a little bit more like step, in-laws, half siblings and all that, but any question? Okay. So if you want to talk about like step parents or step siblings, there's 2 ways you can sign this. You can either sign step mom, step dad, or step sister, step brother. It's an L hand shape and you're pointing toward your thumb toward you, and then you're going to go out. This also, like by itself, this means your turn, my turn. So, I mean, you can kind of think about that like, oh, it's their turn, the stepmom. That's where that came from. Another way that you can sign that is just kind of tap your nose. Okay, so stepmom, stepdad, stepsister, stepbrother. Okay, so those are the two ways. You can do this or this. Right? Now this by itself can either mean mouse or fake. Just so you know. So if you want to talk about step family member, make sure you follow up with the sign, the other sign. Okay. Half sibling, there's two ways you can sign this. You can either sign like you're cutting your finger in half, half sister, half brother. Or you can sign 1/2. So just pretend that there's a line here, 1/2. You're doing a fraction. Okay, so don't put your, I'm just kind of helping people visualize it better. So 1/2, so half, not one, half sister or half brother. Okay. All right. In-laws. You're going to sign law. This is law. L handshake, law. So mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, daughter-in-law. All right. Now some people have adopted family members, so you're just going to sign adopt. Like you're taking up that person into your family. Or if you are adopted, they took you into your family. Okay? Adopted. All right. There's also, I like to also teach this sign, pregnant.
Can you put your mic up closer? We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry.
Thank
Pregnant.
you.
There's two ways to sign pregnant. You can bring it out, or you can do this, pregnant. Pregnant or pregnant. And make sure you are bringing your hand out, because if you just do this, it translates as gut, someone who has a gut. Okay, so make sure you're bringing it out, showing the belly growing, okay? Versus just, ooh, someone got a gut and it's always there. Okay, so pregnant or pregnant. All right. Let's move on to talking about, friends. Actually, I only have a few signs. So we have friend, friend. If you want to specify that this is like, your best friend, you can sign my best friend. So you're just doing like an R handshake, best friend, or you can just sign good friend, either one. Right? Boyfriend and girlfriend, those are compound signs. So you're going to sign the first line quickly and then go right into the next line. So boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, you can sign like this. This is like sweetheart. Okay. All right. None. This is a good sign to add in when we're talking about family. So none. This is the absence of something. So in ASL, you wouldn't say I have no children. This no is only for answering yes or no questions. So you would find no children, none children. Okay. Have, kind of a bent B. Like I said, it is a bent B. Have. And you're putting your fingertips right under your shoulders. Have. Okay. We went over which last week, but I have it on your list this week. Which. How many? You're gonna furrow your eyebrows because it's a WH question. How many? If I did this without furrowing my eyebrows and I did this several times, that means many. Okay, so many, how many? So I could ask, you children have how many? Right? All together, if you wanted to say my family all together, 5 people, 5. So all together, you're putting them all together. All together. Okay. And then let's talk about age. So this is age. If you bring it down, it translates more as old. So like that person, old, old. If you do this, that means how old are you? I'm just signing age, you. Age, you. Furrow your eyebrow, because how old are you is a WH question. How old are you? So to provide age, there are some rules. For age 1 through 9, you're gonna do, you're gonna tap, then you're gonna incorporate the number into the sign. So you're basically signing one sign to say 1 years old. Okay, so 1. That baby, the baby over there, is 1. Okay, that little girl, she's 2. Okay, so you're just bringing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I generally just touch the side of my pointer finger, even when I get to 9. Some people do their middle finger. Okay, when you get to 10 and above, you can't really do 10. Okay, so you have to sign age and then the number. So age 10, age 11, age 12. There are some people who sign like they point and then sign the number, like age 10, age 11. They might do like 14 like this. They just tap and then 14. But generally, like the dictionary form would be age and then number. Okay. All right. Are there any questions? No question? All right. Then let's do, last week I talked about contrastive structure, right? Where you do a shoulder shift to convey and an or. Did I do that yet? Yes. Okay. I thought I did, but I was trying to make sure I didn't mix it with another class. So remember, we don't have a sign for and. SEE does, and people who do Pidgin Sign Language will probably do and, but this is more English. So in this class, we are doing shoulder shifting, okay? So if I were to say that I have 1 sister and 1 brother, I'm going to do a shoulder shift. So me, 1 sister, 1 brother, have, okay? Or okay, so 1 daughter, no sons have, me, okay? So you do shoulder shift. You also do it for or. So I could ask, your child, boy, girl, which? Or you don't even have to sign which. You could just do your child, boy, girl. Okay, so that's how you would do the shoulder shift for that. Just kind of a review. All right, let's also talk about listing and ordering. This is something that we use a lot in ASL, and it comes in handy when we're talking about families. So if you wanted to talk about, like, let's say you have 4 kids in your family, you could say, say, me, 3 brothers and sisters have, then bring out your 4 hand. This is listing. You're gonna bring out on your non-dominant hand, gonna list on your non-dominant hand, and you can say where you are. Me, right here. This is me, I'm the 3rd child. You can also use this to provide names. You can say, me, 3 brothers and sisters have. This one is Todd. This one is Neil. This one, me. This one, Matt. Okay. You can do it for your children, like me, 3 children have. So and so, so and so, so and so. You can also add more information. You could say, this is Angie. She's age 10. This one is Matt. He's 3. This one is Carrie. She's 1. Okay, so you can use this to provide a lot of information, and you can always go back. You don't have, so as long as you've already stated this is so and so, you can go back and say this one is happy, always happy. This one, you know, running around all the time, busy, busy, busy. So you can always go back. The listing is very, very helpful. So are there any questions about listing? So you would only go up to 5. You could point down here if you have 6 on your list. But generally, when you get past 5, it can get, like a lot of information. You could also assign 6 and then 7 and provide the information. You can do that, but for the most part, people kind of just stop at 5. You just say, oh, I have many, many cousins, and you don't even provide all the names, All right. Okay. So remember, when you're listing, you list on your non-dominant hand so that your dominant hand can do all of the signing. And if you need to use this hand to show a sign, you can drop it, do your sign, and then bring it back. Okay, it's okay to drop it for a second and bring it back. Okay. All right. For your homework, I think I had you go over 11 through 20, but we'll go ahead and do that right now. When I do numbers, I like to break them up from like 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and then 20 to 30. And then after you get to 30, it's pretty easy. What happened? What happened, Susan? Did you get hurt? What happened? Right. Piper hurt you? Okay. You're okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. You're okay. You can have that. All right. Go to your room and relax. Okay. Sorry, she got hurt. But she's okay. Okay. So numbers. Do we remember 1 through 10? Do we want to review those real quick? Yeah, okay, let's go through 1 through 10. All right, I see, yep, Ashley, you got it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, 1 through 5, your palm orientation is in, towards you, not out. Okay? All right, so 11, you're going to flick. Remember when we did understand? Basically the same thing. Okay? 11, 12, you're going to flick 12, the 2, 12. 13, you're going to bring these 2 fingers together, bring your thumb out, and just do just bend your fingers towards you. 13. Okay, 14, you're gonna bring your thumb in and you're gonna do 4 fingers. Make sure they are in and not like this. Okay, 14. 15, you're gonna bring your thumb out. Right? These will always be palm in. There will be no instance where it will be palm out. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, for 16 through 19, you're going to bring your palm orientation out and you're going to twist. Some people do this, like kind of rub, but this is the one that I see the most. And then there are some people that do 10 and then the number. So you're adding 10 and 6, 16. But we're going to focus on this, okay? 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. It's just your thumb and your pointer finger, 20. Okay, so 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right. Any questions about the numbers? Do I need to review any of them? So let's review the vocabulary. All right. So family, man, woman, girl, boy, mom, dad, parents, brother or brother, sister or sister, um, siblings or sibling, whichever way. It's gonna kind of depend on what you signed before. If you're signing down here, you may do sister and then brother. If you're signing up here, you may do brother and then sister. So the signs that you sign before and after will influence your signs. Okay. Right. Sibling, baby or baby, daughter, son, wife, husband, married, children, child, grandmother or grandma, grandpa, grandparents or grandparents, grandchildren, aunt or aunt, uncle, cousin, male cousin, female cousin, niece, nephew, adopted, step or stepmom, half or half siblings, in-laws, pregnant or pregnant, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, sweetheart, none, have, which, how many, all together, age, like how old are you, and just age, and then age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4, age 5, age 6, age 7, age 8, age 9, 10, and every and beyond you do age 20, age 15. Okay. All right. Let me pull up my other, forgot to print this one out. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign some sentences and I want you to try to translate them. So you can type it in the chat, or if you want, you can unmute yourself and just voice it. All right. Are we ready? How many siblings do you have? Very good. So it's siblings instead of children. So this is children, sibling. Okay. All right. One brother and 2 sisters. Yes, I have 1 brother and 2 sisters. Very good. All right. Okay. So it's my son is 6. So remember, this is 6. This is 3. All right. So from now on, this is your 3, not this. Okay. Don't do this for 3. Just get into the habit of, even when you're talking to your hearing friends, hearing family members, this is 3. Okay, I always do this with my daughter, and she's like, no, it's this. No, it's this. This is 3. This is 6. Okay. All right. Very good. But that is a very common thing to mix up at the very beginning. So no worries. All right. It might be, there's no, it's not gender specific. So you put whatever pronouns if you want. Okay. They are cousins. That would be a good way to translate that. But it is, I wasn't asking a question, so I didn't raise my eyebrows. I did a nod. I mean, I did kind of raise my eyebrows, but I also did a nod. So I said, he or she, actually, it would be she, because I did female cousin. So she is his or her cousin. Okay. But generally, I mean, when you wrote they are cousins, that communicates the same thing. Okay. All right. There's going to be some finger spelling in this one, okay? So be ready. I'll do that one again. Anybody? Yep. My daughter has a boyfriend named Alex. So I said my daughter boyfriend have. I could have put him in space and said like over here, his name Alex, but I did my daughter boyfriend have, her boyfriend name Alex. Okay. So boyfriend, boyfriend. If I would have just said friend, and then oh, he's a boy. If I were to say that he's just a friend. Okay, so yeah, for that for clarity. Okay, next one. Okay. Do that again. Yep, is that woman pregnant? Very good. So woman over there, pregnant? Is she pregnant? So I'm raising my eyebrows, leaning forward. Is she pregnant? Okay, very good. All right. For this one, I'm going to describe my family. So there's going to be some finger spelling, okay? So if you want to, you can try to write it out. All right. Okay. Right, so the first part was, okay, I have 3 brothers. Mhm. And then before I went into the names, I said, which would mean I am third. Very good. So this one's name is Neil. Todd. And Matt. Yep. So I have three brothers. I'm the third child. Their names are Neil, Todd, and Matt. Very good. All right. Let's move on. We have about 10 more minutes. So let's kind of switch gears here. And for this activity, I'm going to go around and ask questions. So if you do not want to practice signing, in front of other people, go ahead and turn off your camera. If you don't mind practicing, turn them on. Please do not be afraid to make mistakes because that is how you learn, by practicing with someone. And if you make mistakes, sometimes that can be a good thing because you will never forget. A lot of times, you might not forget. Oh, I made that mistake one time, so it's this way. Okay, so it's natural, part of language learning. Don't be afraid. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask questions, and I want you to try to sign them back. If you don't know what I'm saying, you can sign again. Or if you just flat out like, don't know, you can say, I don't understand. Okay. And then maybe someone else can help you. All right. Okay. So my first person, let's see. Let's do Jody. Okay. All right. Yep. Oh, can you do that again? Jeremy. Right? Okay. Perfect. Very good. Okay. Next victim. Okay. How about Victoria? Very good. All right. Next person, Abby. Very good. All right. Next person, and I might ask you a question I've already asked. Okay. So, let's do Kate. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Very good.
The unmute button.
All right. Next person. Okay. Is it Shawnee? Okay. All right. All right. All right. There's 2 people and Jennifer. Okay, so one of you, or we'll do both of you. Take turn. Okay. All right. So okay. Let's see. Hmm. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Kathy? Um, so 3 children, Megan, Taylor, and Jake. Right? Okay, perfect. Very good. Okay, Allie? Very good. Okay. All right. And then let's see. I didn't get to Ashley and Lindsay. Okay, so Ashley, you can go first. Let's see. Trying to see if I can come up with a different question, but okay. So 8 and 6, is that right? Or 18. Okay, so okay. So yeah, for 8 and 16, or 8, and then 18, and then 6, and then 16. That's for everybody. Okay. Because we just learned those, so no worries. All right, Lindsay. So Ethan and then Graham, right? Okay, very good. Okay, so just in general for everyone, I'm not picking anybody out. Make sure when you're listing that you list on your left hand and sign with your right hand. Okay, so that way you can keep your list up and keep pointing. Try not to list and then, you know, list on your non-dominant hand. Okay? All right, are there any questions? We have like 2 minutes left. No questions? All right.
Could you go over the sign for law again, like in-law?
For law, law.
I have a question
Okay.
only because I wasn't here last week. I thought it was on Thursday, but anyway, this is just if this is good, what's thank you?
Okay, so they're the same, basically.
Okay.
You'll know from context clues.
Okay.
But if you were to see this, that is only good. This cannot be thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see this, definitely mean good.
Okay.
Okay. But you'll know from context clues if someone's like,
Okay.
oh, thank you, or that's good.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, you have some homework. It's just a video. Try to translate it. I hope that the last video was helpful, practice. And yeah, so it's going to be about family. I'm going to keep trying to find videos, but we'll see if I can keep up with that. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.
See you guys
Alrighty.
next week.
All right. Bye.